Hi, I'm Simi Pasha and you're watching Good News Today, our special series where we bring you positive stories of hope and courage. These are stories of ordinary men and women who've been fighting against all odds to make this world a better place. First up, the inspiring story of a school teacher from Burdwan district of West Bengal. Gangadhar Pal has spent his entire life savings in building a school, and all he wants in return is for people in his village to send their children to study there.
He cycles to school. It's a distance of about 3 kilometers. Gangadhar Pal cannot afford any other means of transport. This man has foregone luxury and comfort for the sake of his students. For the past 10 years, this headmaster of Kalna's Kutubpur Madhyamik Shiksha Kendra in West Bengal's Burdwan district has donated his salary to the school fund. The two-storied school building with 7 classrooms was built with his money. He sponsored the drinking water facility and he pays for the school excursions.
আমি তখন করলাম কি ওই 3,17,51,000 টাকা আমি স্কুলে দিয়ে দিলাম। এবার সেক্রেটারি বলছে কিছু নেবেন না, আমি যদি দিবার মনস্থির করেন তাহলে আমাকে 1 টাকা দিন, 16 আনা দিন, অতি আমরা সন্তুষ্ট। সেই থেকে চলছে, বিল্ডিং হলো 5 সালে সরকারি টাকায়, আমাদের নিজেদের কিছু টাকায়।
স্কুল যখন এখানে থেকে স্থাপন হবার একটা কল্পনা হলো, ঘর তৈরি করার সময় স্যার নিজের এই যে বেতন পেতেন, এই বেতন নিতেন না। আস্তে আস্তে এই বেতন দিয়ে ঘর এবং সরকারের কাছ থেকে কিছু সাহায্য পাওয়া যেত। এই দুটো মিলিয়ে ঘরও তৈরি হলো, ক্লাস শুরু হলো।
এবার আমি সেই অ্যাকাউন্টে প্রতি মাসে রেখে দিই। এবার যখন দেখলাম যে একটা মোটা অঙ্কের টাকা জমে গেছে, আমার ঘরে বেঞ্চি প্রয়োজন, 40,000 30,000 যা টাকা লাগে বেঞ্চি করলাম। 44, 45
Gangadhar lives with his mother and what he earns from cultivating his ancestral piece of agricultural land is enough to put food on the table for his family. Gangadhar Pal, who hardly ever takes a leave, never got the time to look for a bride for himself. The school is his life and he is an inspiration for others.
তা গঙ্গাবুকে দেখে মানে প্রধান শিক্ষককে দেখে আমি অনুপ্রাণিত হয়ে, আমি গ্রামেরই বেকার যুবক, উনি যখন বললেন বা কমিটি একটা প্রস্তাব দিল আমাকে, আমি তখন এসে এখান থেকে শিক্ষকতা শুরু করলাম। কারণ আমি দেখলাম যে গঙ্গাবুর মতো মানুষ যে একটা কন্ট্রিবিউশন করছেন, তা দেখে আমাদেরও কিছু করার আছে, সেটা আমরা এগিয়ে এলাম।
হ্যাঁ, আমার তো একটা পরিবার, আমার তো বলেছি আমি ব্যাচেলার, এইগুলি আমার সন্তান, আর এই সহকর্মীরাই আমার সঙ্গী, দাদা ভাইয়ের মতো যে যেমন। একজন দিদিমণি আছে, আমরা মনে করি আমরা ওই দিদিমণি আমাদের বোনের মতো, ভাইফোঁটা করে, এখন এত মধুর সম্পর্ক আমাদের।
10 বছর পার হয়ে গেল, তার মধ্যে উনি একদিন ছুটি নিয়েছেন, সেটা হচ্ছে ওনার মায়ের চোখ অপারেশনের দিন, আর ওনাকে ছুটি নিতে দেখিনি। আমি চাই উনি রাষ্ট্রপতি পুরস্কার দেশের যে সর্বোচ্চ সম্মান শিক্ষকের, সেটা পাক।
55-year-old Gangadhar Pal's sacrifice and dedication has yielded good results. The school today boasts of 304 students and classes till the 8th standard.
কারণ উনি আমাদেরকে খুব ভালো করে পড়ান, আমাদেরকে খুব আদর করে ভালোবাসেন, আমাদেরকে সকলকে খুব ভালোবাসেন। হেডমাস্টার মশাইয়ের মতো হতে চাই।
With Indrajit Kundu, Sujata Mehra, Headlines Today.
There are some stories that inspire us and make us believe that everything is possible if we set our heart on it. 24-year-old Binu is visually challenged. Some may see it as a handicap, but this Chennai girl has proved that she's better than the best. Shresha Reddy with her story.
These provisions enable the central government to meet any abnormal situation.
24-year-old Benu Zafine had one dream: to be a civil servant. Beating all odds, Benu has become the first woman in India with 100% vision impairment to secure an All India rank of 343 in UPSC exams.
I was quite anxious when my teacher was teaching me economy, and I was quite anxious when my teacher was teaching history, geography and all. So I was interested in knowing things and knowing about our country. And whenever people wasted water, I strictly used to warn them. And they will tease me saying that collector madam has come to advise. So I think that triggered the whole scene now. Since the days of
Benu's dream had strong support from her parents. Her father works for railways and her mother, a housewife, is a school dropout.
A state of minority immediately prevailed. Many of the outlets.
Benu's mother would read out each textbook to Benu.
This murder
She was the eyes for her daughter.
by the assault guards, police.
பண்ணியிருக்கிற இந்த ப்ரொஃபஷனு எனக்கு வந்து ரொம்ப பெருமையாக இருக்குது. அவள் பாஸ் பண்ணது IAS. இந்த ப்ரொஃபஷனில் அவள் நாட்டு மக்களுக்கும் அது as well as நம்மளுக்கும் குடும்பத்தினருக்கும் அவள் செய்ய போகிற உதவிகள் எல்லாம் நினச்சி ரொம்ப பெருமைப்படுறேன்.
Benu Zafeen is now preparing for PhD in English literature while she works for the State Bank of India. In her future assignment as a civil servant, Benu is determined to be the best.
A person who believes in setting examples. So I would be an honest officer. I would prove myself to be an ethical officer so that I may set an example. So I'm not entering into the system as of now. I'll be entering very shortly. So I think I'm too young to comment upon it, but I will set an example.
Benu's world to us may seem dotted with insecurity, but she didn't let her blindness to come in the way of living her dream of becoming a civil servant. For many in India, Benu is an inspiration. With camera person Daniel, Srisha Reddy in Chennai for Headlines Today. Every year, the government spends thousands of crores on social sector schemes aimed at providing food and shelter to those who can't afford basic necessities. But often this help doesn't reach those who deserve it the most. Here's the story of video volunteer Reena, who's helping the government cover slips between the cup and the lip.
मेरा नाम चंदेश्वर सनी है
और मतलब कूपन और राशन मिलने लगा हो?
जी जी
और जबकि हमने वीडियो बना के ले गए अगला बार तो कितना दिन के बाद आपको राशन मिलने लगा?
लगभग 15 दिन के बाद मिलने लगा।
ये बदलाव चितौड़िया पंचायत गड़ी घाट की है। यहाँ की समाजों को 3 महीना से नहीं तो राशन नहीं तो कूपन मिल रहा था, जो कि हमने यहाँ BPL के बारे में वीडियो बनाए थे। आप जो BPL का जो नहीं मिला है इसी कारण से आपको कितना महसूस हो रहा है?
हमको तो महसूस बहुत हो रहा है, क्योंकि पहला नंबर तो है मेरा बच्चा को पढ़ने में दिक्कत हो रहा है। जब मेरा घर में तो तेल नहीं रहेगा तो दिया जलेगा नहीं, दिया जलेगा नहीं तो बच्चा पढ़ेंगे नहीं। सांस के पढ़ने में बहुत भारी समस्या हो रहा है, उसके वजह से तो बच्चा को टास्क बन नहीं पाता।
वीडियो बना करके प्रखंड पे गए और वीडियो से मिले तो वीडियो ने हमको आश्वासन दिया कि 15 दिन में यहाँ की समाजों को राशन और कूपन दोनों दिया जाएगा। और फिर हमने 1 महीना का बाद इस गांव में जब आया और समाज से जब पूछे तो समाज बोला कि हाँ हम लोगों को 15 दिन में राशन और कूपन दोनों मिल गया। आज हम लोग खुश हैं। कितने दिन के बाद आपको राशन मिला?
15 दिन बाद।
15 दिन के बाद। और कूपन कितने दिन के बाद मिला?
15 ही दिन के बाद तो मिला ना।
15
आप गए यहाँ से?
हाँ
वीडियो कैमरा किए और उसके बाद 15 दिन के बाद तो कूपन मिला हम लोग।
तब से मिल रहा है आप लोगों को राशन। आप कैसे समस्या रहा है आपका घर का?
अब तो ठीक चल रहा है।
2 महीना पहले से कूपन बटा गया, राशन बटा गया, लेकिन हम लोग को नहीं
मिला था। तो क्या मुखिया कुछ बोला था?
कुछ नहीं बोला। जो फोटो करके दिए उसको 15 दिन के बाद
हाँ
कार्ड मिल गया,
हाँ मिल गया। मैं हूँ रीना, जिला कटिहार, इंडिया अनहद के लिए।
And now for some good news for all you Mumbaikars out there. BMC has launched a new weather app for the dreaded monsoon season, so that now all Mumbaikars can get detailed weather information with just one tap on the app.
The monsoon has got India's financial capital under its grip once again, and with it the ever-looming threat of floods, high tides and waterlogging. The poor state of roads and the endless open sewers don't really help matters either for the people of this ever fast-moving city. But there's some good news for Mumbaikars this rainy season, and it comes in the form of a mobile app. In a first of its kind, the Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation has launched a new application ahead of the monsoon. The app, Mumbai Monsoon, will give citizens regular weather updates in various parts of the city.
This is a very important app for Mumbaikars. You can download it in your mobile. It is free and you will get all the information about your particular area and about your entire city.
Citizens can download the app and check where it might rain before stepping out. They can also check temperature, humidity, wind speed and information on tides. Even better, the app will also give users traffic updates and information on train and air service disruptions during the monsoon. The Mumbai Monsoon app, which is available for free to download on Android phones, seems to be a promising initiative on part of the BMC, especially considering more people nowadays make use of apps rather than websites. With Amrita Shedge in Mumbai, Ruchira Sharma, Headlines Today.
A robo that monitors health of elderly people living alone and also allows them to have conversations with their relatives and doctors is currently being tested in Rome by a 94-year-old woman. The makers of this robo say that this can help cut down medical costs and also help these people maintain their independence.
For 94-year-old Italian Lia Minarali, her personal robot carer is a blessing in disguise. Mr. Robin, as he is affectionately known, lets this sweet old lady connect remotely with her family face to face. But this robot can do much more than just Skype. It also monitors Lia Minarali's movement and collects and analyzes data such as blood pressure and heart rate to keep track of her health. Lia, who lives by herself in a tiny apartment in Rome, says it's already becoming a reassuring presence in her life.
He keeps me company and helps me feel calm, because if there's a need, they can check on me or request a response from me. I have my remote control, and pressing the green button I can take a call from them, and the robot comes alive and the person appears on the turning screen.
Mr. Robin is part of the Giraffe Plus project, an EU-funded project to provide robots to help care for the elderly. The robots are programmed to charge with their screen facing the wall to protect users' privacy. Unless an emergency is suspected, it must be called by the user to be activated. Its makers hope the system will provide vital early detection of health issues through its data collection, while also providing reassurance for users, allowing them to speak to a doctor or a relative at the push of a button.
The idea of the project is to collect sensitive data, personal data such as a person's blood pressure or the level of sugar in the blood, but also details on what happens inside the house through the sensors. That data allows us to study the movements of the person in the house to see what the elderly person does at home. These details are then interpreted through some artificial intelligence techniques, which gives us an indication of the life and the routines of that person.
Developers hope to start producing the Android assistant commercially by the end of 2015. They hope that robots like Mr. Robin will not only increase the quality of life, but also extend the period of independent living for the elderly.
Chances are that if you've bought your favorite cup of coffee in a paper cup this morning, that cup is not recycled. In fact, billions and billions of paper cups around the world are non-recyclable. But one man from England is determined to change the beverage industry upside down. Let's take a look.
If the coffee shop is a defining sign of the 21st century culture, then the paper cup is surely its logo. But despite more attention than ever on reusing materials, this is one item you might be surprised to learn doesn't get recycled. However, this need no longer be the case, thanks to British inventor Martin Myerscough and his eco-friendly invention, Green Your Cup, which is the world's first fully recyclable paper cup.
Well, a normal coffee cup, and this is an example of one, is made out of cardboard, but inside it's got a very thin plastic film, and that's bonded very tightly to the cardboard. So when it goes to the recycling plants, it's quite difficult, a normal recycling plant, to separate the cardboard from the film. So what we said was, well, why don't we make the cup a different way? So what we do is we make the cardboard cup as it is, We then make the film separately and put it into the cup and make a liner, and this is what you get. It looks exactly the same as a normal cup, but when it goes to the paper mills, all the paper mills, newspaper mills or the cardboard mills, the liner comes out in the process and separates, gets caught in the filters, and the paper goes through and gets recycled.
While it sounds simple, this mini revolution in paper cup manufacturing would not only save money, but also be a great boon to the environment. Already being introduced in the UK, the Green Cup Man is confident of its enduring impact.
We estimate 25,000 tonnes of paper in the UK every year would be saved and recycled. And of course it goes back into the newspaper or the cardboard recycling stream, and then it goes around about 7 times in that. So it's not just a one saving, it rolls on and gets used again.
It might take time for businesses to catch up with this wonderful invention, as the manufacturing process requires updated machinery. But the good news is that this is one innovation that has the potential to go global sooner than later.
And that's all we could pack in this edition of Good News Today.
You can send us your feedback, tweet the team at HLT Good News. Have a great weekend.